Hey guys, it's Kate and I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to make some more journal collage pieces, and so I got out my Bristol paper pad, which has smooth paper in it, and it's nice and thick. It's not watercolor paper, and I've got my some different fine liners, a brush pen, and I wanted to make some different embellishments that we could put in our journals and make them printable for you on my website. And they would be available for free for you to use for anything you want. So I'm going to start off, I think, with just a line here. And I'm going to repeat this and make it nice and liney. And just let this all come off. And this is probably going to be a continuing theme for most of these items. And I really love drawing this way. It adds just kind of a nice organic feel, and you don't really have to care about having perfect lines or anything like that. And so we'll make another couple of leaves coming out here. I want to fill everything pretty tight. So, and I'm just kind of repeat going over these items. And I'll do 2 leaves here. Why not? Just like that. And why don't we do a few loose circles. Just like this. Circles are my favorite, that's for sure. All right. And maybe one here by itself. One here. I want to give you plenty of options. And why don't we do a little bit of a pattern down here? I'm just kind of mixing up the shapes, but sticking with rectangles. Very loose and sketchy. And I'll put a skinny one here. What do we think? All right. How about that? Let me switch to a different pen. I think that one is maybe going a little bit out of ink. So this one is the 0.1. And I am going to maybe make a little vase, just like this. And again, I'm just making it nice and sketchy. Just like this. This is a lot like the flowers I bake in my watercolors, which I really love to make. And we'll do some dots in here. Just like that. And why don't we make something coming up out of here. And we'll have kind of like a little bit of a daisy or something, but we'll come in from the side. Just like that. And then maybe we'll have a little leafy bit coming out of there. And maybe there. And why not over here? Now I'm going to put this right down in my vase. So we'll make this a see-through. Maybe some clear glass, and we'll have some sketches coming down here. Just like that. Why don't we have a couple little leaves coming up off of there? And then we'll have those other stems have to have somewhere to go. So we'll have those coming out from the bottom also. So we've got another cute little element here that can go. Let's make some more of these little sticks and twigs. And they're just very sketchy, kind of delicate. Maybe have another one coming up off that way. And why don't we do one up this way here. And we'll just fill this in with some elements. Yeah. And why don't we make almost like a fern? Like that. And get my line there nice and dark down the center. And we need some coming the other way too. Another couple of leaves. Just like that. A couple of singles maybe. What else do we want to do? How about we add in a couple little lines for that. And then how's that? We got some more space left. What do we want to do? Let's do, how about a single flower head? So I'm gonna nice. And maybe one of those. These are just really sketchy and fun. Let's fill in that. Why not? Just like that. And about do a little leaf. Just like that. And why don't we do some more circles? So I've got, let's see, the last one I pick up, of course. Let's do just some organic shapes. Why not? Okay. I think I'd like to add some very light color to these with my watercolor. I'm going to get my brush. Now with watercolor on this paper, I'm going to work pretty dry. And I'm also going to use a continuing color theme so that everything kind of goes together. So I'm going to mix a very sort of light to neutral green. And maybe I'll add a little bit of this burnt sienna in here. And just try to get that to be a nice shade. I think I like that. Let's try a little. It's a little bit too brown. So I'm going to go back in and get a little bit more green. And I think that'll be a nice color. Let's try. Nice. And I'm just putting down a very light wash, very loose. And we'll do these leaves. And I'm blotting a lot. And you can always add some more color on your own. But I like having these kind of prepared a little bit for whatever you want to use them for. And this is just a very fast process. Now I'm going to go very loose in here. Putting in more of a loose sort of stroke rather than filling in the color. Now let's get a little bit more. Whoops. You know what? I'm going to go in for this Prussian blue with a little bit more of that sap green and keep this theme, and I'm going to darken up just a couple of these little areas just to give it some color differentiation, maybe a little bit of shading, highlights. And again, being very loose with the color. I'm not using a lot of water at all. In fact, you don't want to use a lot of water if you're working on paper like this. All right, let's add some purple. Whoop, that was indigo, but I'll go with it and get kind of a nice little color going here. And let's try this flower here. I'm going to blot. And blot again. Nice. I really like this purple color. Let's add some red to that. I'm going to take some more of that indigo and I'm really going to lighten it up here. But I'm still blotting my brush very well. And I'm just going to add some light indigo to this flower. We'll call it a daisy for fun. And then maybe I'll dot a little bit there. And maybe I'll add just a little bit of that indigo right down into this vase. What do we think so far? We've got ourselves a pretty good floral going, I think. All right. I want to get some really good color going on here and kind of take advantage of the fact that the color doesn't really spread out. It just kind of stays put, but you can get some really neat glazing effects with this. All right, I'm going to go back into this purple get it going in these circles. And why don't we do some red ones? Yeah. You know what we could do? We could get this red back and give us some of those. We could also go into this purple. Just like that. Again, very loose and easy. And maybe mix it up a little with that red. Just like that. I'm going to go into that burnt umber just a little and add a little hint of that to our leaves. And why don't we go into the purple again, make it a little bit brighter. And come into some of these boxes. And maybe we can go into this. Oh, that's not what I want. I wanted the indigo. Sorry about that, guys. My camera stopped recording on me. I was dipping into the indigo and just going into these squares again. And I'm just kind of filling in where I left off on a couple of these, just to get some more of that paint in there and let it spread out. And I think for these, I might go into that sap green a bit and kind of get this to be sort of a gray. And we'll just make some fun color. Just like that. I think we've got ourselves a painted page. This can be cut out and used in collage. You can put it in your art journal. Do whatever you like. You can also cover over it with more color if you want to once you print it. But you've got some fun elements here that you can use in your own artwork. I will scan this in and get it uploaded to the website, and you'll see the link for this below to katemilesart.com, and you can download this for yourself for free. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed watching this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to get your free copy. And thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep creating.